Echo makes both curved shaft and straight shaft models of trimmers and brush cutters. Curved shaft models have clockwise head rotation. Straight shaft models have counterclockwise head rotation. Head rotation is important for you to remember because it defines on which side of the head to cut and where debris will be directed. The curved shaft GT models are used for grass and weed trimming. A shoulder strap, which is standard or optional equipment depending on the model, helps support the weight of the trimmer. It makes operation more comfortable by reducing fatigue. This model is not designed to accept metal blades. The straight shaft SRM models are used for grass trimming, weed control, and light brush cutting. The straight shaft SRM units feature the shoulder harness. When using the nylon line head, a D handle is suitable. Options are available for blade installation on straight shaft SRM units. When converted for blade use, the D handle must be replaced with a U handle. The unit must be suspended from a shoulder harness. Also, be sure to install the metal debris shield. For complete instructions on installing metal blades and proper use, please consult your operator's manual. Now, let's look at some equipment checks you should make before starting the job. Check the cutting head for correct assembly and general conditions before each use. Always keep the unit and attachments in good working condition. Tighten fastening parts at regular intervals. When adding fuel, use the procedures recommended in the operator's manual. Add fuel only outdoors, never indoors. The fuel tank may be under pressure because gasoline vapors may have expanded. Always loosen the fuel cap slowly and wait for the pressure to equalize before removing it completely. Wipe any spilled fuel from the unit. Then move at least 10 feet away before starting the engine. Do not smoke or bring sparks or flame near the fuel supplies. Never refuel when the engine is hot, and never add fuel to a running engine. Operate a semi-automatic type line head only when the debris shield is equipped with a cut-off knife. Never operate the unit without the proper shields and other protective devices in place. Metal blades must be retained with a nut and a new cotter pin each time the blade is installed. Make sure the unit has a metal debris shield. Always use sharp blades. Inspect the gullet or bottom area of the tooth. It should be rounded with no sharp corners or nicks, which could be the start of stress cracks and blade failure. Do not mount any ordinary circular saw blade, lawnmower, or edge trimmer blade or a grinding type cutoff wheel on your brush cutter. Do not use any blade or attachment not authorized by Echo for your unit. Remember, when using a bladed unit, it must be suspended from a shoulder harness. The unit is designed to be harnessed so it is on your right side. This safety feature places the muffler side of the engine away from your body to avoid arm burns. Balance the unit by adjusting the position of the harness clamp on the shaft. Slide the clamp up and down the shaft to find the right balance. This will make equipment control and operation easier and more comfortable for you. Adjust the handle to a position for comfort and good balance. Adjust both the harness and harness clamp on the unit so it hangs with the cutting head just a few inches above ground level. The cutting head and debris shield should be level in all directions. Check that the cutting line or blade of the unit is away from your feet and legs. Each time you change cutting heads and debris shields, you will need to rebalance the unit. Now, let's look at safety factors in your work environment. Always start with an inspection of the area before using the unit. Remove litter and other objects that could be thrown by the unit. Only operate in an area where there is good visibility and adequate light. Keep people out of the danger zone. This is a circle 15 meters in radius, about 50 feet around the unit and operator. If it's necessary to cut where people or cars could be hit by thrown objects, cut at a slow throttle speed to reduce the speed of the cutting attachment. Do not operate where the unit could contact electrical conduits, house wiring, or any power lines. After inspecting the working area, you are now ready to start cutting. To start the unit, lay it down on a clear area. Set the controls for starting. Make sure the cutting line or blade doesn't touch the ground or any other obstruction. Hold the unit down firmly and pull the starter. Do not pull the starter or try to start the engine when the unit is in the air or harnessed to you. It could swing into your leg. A proper grip on the unit has the fingers and thumb encircling the handle. Always keep both hands on the control handles. On curved shaft units, cut only on this side. Because of the direction of the head rotation, debris will be directed away from you. On straight shaft models, cut only on this side, again directing debris away from you. It's a good idea to tilt the head slightly so that the contact is made only in the cutting area. This helps ensure that debris will be directed away from you, reduces drag on the unit, and increases line and blade life. Do not raise the cutting head above knee height. This may cause objects to be thrown directly into your face. If the unit begins to shake during operation, stop immediately. This could be a sign of danger from a broken part or missing fasteners. Do not use the unit until the problem has been properly diagnosed and corrected. Do not operate one-handed. Do not hold material you are cutting. Never use the unit as a hammer, lever, crowbar, hatchet, or axe. Do not misuse the blade or the unit. It is not a pruner, hedge trimmer, or chainsaw, and should not be substituted for these tools. Now, let's look at some specific cutting techniques. Trimming involves tipping the head slightly to direct debris away from you. When approaching a barrier, such as a wall or fence, approach from an angle where any debris ricocheting off the wall will fly away from you. Scything is the cutting or mowing of a large grassy area with a sweeping motion. Be aware, cutting on the return stroke will direct debris toward you. Finally, scalping and edging are both done with the nylon line head at a steep angle. Scalping removes all top growth, leaving the earth bare. Edging trims the grass back where it has spread over a sidewalk or driveway. When using either of these techniques, hold the unit in a position that will direct the debris away from you. Scalping and edging should never be done with a blade. Now, let's take a look at reaction forces when using a bladed unit. When you are operating the unit and cutting on the side where the teeth are moving away from you, the unit may tend to push toward you. This could result in a kick-out, which can be dangerous to bystanders and may provide a jolting force which can throw you off balance. A pull happens when you are cutting on the side with the teeth moving toward you. This type of cutting is more easily controlled, especially when sawing small trees or other growth up to 3 inches in diameter. This may also direct sawdust toward you. Review your operators and safety manuals for more information on the forces of pulling, pushing, and kickouts. Here are some storage and transportation tips. After shutting down the engine, keep fingers and feet away from the cutting line or blade until all rotation stops. If the cutting head coasts for a long time instead of stopping right away, have adjustments made by your Echo servicing dealer. To transport the unit, either remove or shield metal blades from contact with any surface, then tie it down. Never run the engine indoors or where there is poor ventilation. Engine fumes contain deadly poisonous carbon monoxide. A fuel leak could start a fire. Never store the unit with gasoline in the tank. Remember, safety begins with you. Always wear the recommended safety gear. Know how to properly operate your equipment. And be aware of your work environment surroundings. Thanks for watching.